Hi everyone, welcome to Grow TV and thank you for tuning in to another day of a great show. So I'm very honored to be your host today, and I'm Cindy Guan, and today we're very happy to invite Patricia Quinn to our show. And to start, Patricia, could you tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of like what organization you represent?
Sure. I am part of the Massachusetts Alliance on Teen Pregnancy, and we are an organization that's actually been around for about 30 years, working on issues around preventing teen pregnancy, supporting healthy adolescent sexual health development, and support for pregnant and parenting teens in Massachusetts.
Okay, so what are some of the before we go into the details of your organization, how it runs and stuff, I would just want to touch a little bit on how teen pregnancy is a big problem for not just for the teens, or correct me if I'm wrong, but not just for teens, but also for the community as well as the children of the teens, right?
Yeah, there's a fair amount of research that sort of talks about what happens when young people become parents as teenagers, what happens for them, what happens for their children, and the ways that it impacts communities. And we do believe that there is an important impact that we need to understand about young people and early pregnancy and parenting. But the reality is, at our organization, we really look at what do young people need to have healthy sexual development, and what do young people who may become pregnant and decide to parent at an early age need to be the best parents that they can be. So we're aware of that research about what that says, but the focus really needs to be what do young people need, whether they are sexually active, not sexually active, parenting, not parenting, and how do we support the best possible outcomes for those young people and for their children if they are also parents.
Okay, so if I understand you right correctly, you your organization focuses a lot on what the young people decide on.
Absolutely. A big part of our work is really trying to push the culture in Massachusetts and across the country in the way we understand the rights and the capabilities of young people to make healthy decisions about relationships, about sex, about parenting, and about their lives. And right now in our culture and in our country, I think we do a real disservice to young people in terms of understanding where they are and what they are able to do about deciding around whether to have sex, whether to wait, how to be healthy about that, how to be in a relationship that really is good for them. Mm-hmm. And instead we sort of try to box that up and right. Really send them messages that aren't that helpful to them in that decision-making process. And the Alliance is really working to change the way the culture views young people more generally, but specifically around sexual health and around parenting for those young people who do become parents.
What are some of the ways that that your group implements on preventing teen pregnancy? What are some of the ways?
So we're a social policy organization, so we don't serve young people directly. We're about impacting the culture more broadly and impacting policymakers and impacting those who work directly with young people. So the ways that we do that around the culture are sometimes having the opportunities to come on great shows like this and talk about what we think about where young people are and what kinds of supports they need. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that is meeting with legislators who actually make the laws and decide how the resources get allocated and what that goes to. And then also looking at, for those who are working directly with youth, what do they need to know to do their job well and really help young people develop a healthy sexuality.
I really want to ask this burning question. So there are obviously obviously some of the influences that the community, like you said, like, or where it's like the cultural norm
Mm-hmm.
have on teens, but there are also some external factors